Hello, my amazing artist. I have a question for you. What would you have drawn if you could have made the very first drawing, like the first drawing ever made? That's a tough question, isn't it? It's a lot of pressure to think of the right thing to draw. I'm going to show you some of the very first drawings ever made by people who lived in prehistoric times, also known to us as cave art. I just love the story about the Lascaux Caves in France because, first of all, it was found by a dog. This dog named Robot found some of the oldest paintings that we know of. It's kind of cool. Here's how it happened. Robot and his owner were out for a walk in the woods in France, and it was a nice fall day in September, and Robot fell down a hole. Now his owner couldn't find him and get him himself, so he ran home and got 3 other friends and came back, and they were able to get down into the hole, and that is when they realized that they were surrounded by cave art. They found the Lascaux Caves, which have over 600 paintings of animals and symbols and over 1,500 engravings. Archaeologists believe that the cave was used over long periods of time for important ceremonies, sort of how we would use a church or a temple today. And it was a center for hunting and religious ceremonies. That's why you see so many pictures of animals on the walls, because it was depicting their plan and stories that they wanted to remember from all the times that they went out hunting. So the cave opened to the public in 1948, and you could go through and see all these wonderful paintings, except one thing that humans weren't aware of is that the lights that they were using were damaging to the paintings themselves. So they ended up having to close the cave in 1963 to try to preserve the paintings that were there. So if you went to France today, you can actually go through a replica or an exact copy of the caves, but you cannot go and see the actual paintings in the actual caves. That is the story of the Lascaux Caves and some of the earliest known human art. But that's not all. I want to show you this picture by Banksy. Banksy is a modern artist. He is still alive today, who is someone that we actually don't know who it is. It's a big mystery. We don't know exactly who Banksy is, and he is a graffiti artist based out of the UK, and his work just kind of pops up all over the world. No one knows where he's going to make a work of art next, and it's always a surprise, and it always draws a large crowd to see the newest work by Banksy. Oftentimes his works are painted over by other street artists, and they're vandalized. People put other graffiti over the top, people wash them away, and they don't last for very long. Also, not everyone is happy when Banksy comes and does a work of art on the side of their building. They view his work as vandalism and a crime. So there's kind of a lot of controversy around the artist Banksy. Banksy likes to challenge the idea of what we consider is valuable art. So this painting here shows the guy power washing the cave paintings we were just talking about. That's interesting, isn't it? Banksy is challenging the idea of what we consider valuable art. So, I don't know, if I kind of think about it, the cave art could be considered graffiti too. Prehistoric people did not own the caves, and they just decided to draw on them. So why do we consider their art more valuable than, say, Banksy's street art? It's kind of an interesting question to think about, and I don't really know if there's one right or wrong answer. That is the story of the Lascaux Caves and some of the earliest known human art.